Welcome to the Minor Student Athlete Feature. Today we have Wulfe Retzlaff from the football team with us. And Wulfe, like you just got done with workouts here this morning. How have things been going with the team so far this year?
They've been going great so far. So a lot of energy on the team. Love just going out and working out in the early mornings, getting the day started well. Lots of talent. Love just hanging out with all the new friends. Everybody's so excited about just finishing up fall ball. Going to the season, we're starting like a little strength gaining session right now, putting on some mass. Getting our numbers up. So everybody's sort of full bought into weights and just seeing where we can go before we end winter school going into winter break.
Now, it's a little bit unusual this year, obviously. Normally you're playing games, getting ready for our game this weekend.
Yeah.
But right now the situation has is where we're playing games in the spring and all that. How have you guys been able to adjust as a group to this kind of new situation? Obviously, you didn't have spring ball either, so this is almost like spring ball right now for you guys.
Yeah, so the weirdest aspect of it was we went a year without like touching the field. So this whole entire time we've been trying to do what we can, a little bit here, a little bit there. So through the summer, we were able to do a lot of skill instruction, go down on the field every now and then, just try to get whatever we can over. But it's really different just like having no fall ball and like changing our fall ball into spring ball. So definitely a different change up. Right now it's weird to even think that we'd be going into a game, like getting ready for a game preparation, and now we only have weights going on, we have practices twice a week, so it's a lot to get used to, but we're doing the most that we can right now, just trying to get our bodies in shape for when season comes in the spring.
You just got done, obviously, with your scrimmage here not too long ago, with your inter-squad scrimmage, and I thought the defense played really well in that scrimmage and all that on Saturday. Kind of take it through a little bit of what your thoughts were after, you guys had your, inter-squad the other day.
Yeah, so going into the game, we definitely had a lot of hopes for both sides. Definitely being defensive mindset, we weren't going to let them get any yardage at all. So definitely went in. First couple of series, it was 3 and out. Had a lot of fun on the field. And then the offense started kicking up and trying to test us. They put some RPOs in. They tried to run the ball a little bit more on the outsides. They started trying to find our weaknesses, and it was really cool to see us overcome and sort of change up our game scheme. Even though it wasn't a game plan going into it, our coaches recognized, and we were talking on the sideline as defensive players, and able to sort of just have that sort of team bonding in order to know exactly what other people are trying to do on a given play, and then so that way we can tighten up the gaps and then make some plays.
And just looking around, obviously, you have a lot of talent on this team, from last season. You had your moments last year where you guys had some really good, games and all that. Obviously, you have a lot of talent back this year, and you still have to feel pretty good about where you guys stand, especially after Saturday.
Oh, yeah. So last year just really had a lot of key components on defense. We had a couple really good defensive games, and just seeing those guys leave, we have to have a lot of kids step up and take those positions. And I've been really excited from the scrimmage. Saw a lot of people, really good plays come in. There's a lot of competition going for every position on the field right now. So it's really a high energy all the time. A lot of people trying to compete and just make each other better. But that's the best part, is that not only are we just trying to make ourselves better, we're trying to make each other better. So it's almost a little bit more competition between everybody for a spot.
Now, you joined the program a year ago after coming from Golden West College, so you had to prove yourself a little bit to your own team, just a year ago from here. Talk about the transition you had to make, to work your way into the mix, where now you're a key part of the defensive units.
Yeah, so a year ago I was in Golden West and then coming on the team. So the whole entire sort of shift it went from more of an individual mindset to a team mindset. So coming in, I had a lot of self-determination and motivation to make it onto the team. But I was really shocked by just how accepting the team was. Once I was on it, working out, they were just all right, you're here. We're not going to let you slip. So it was almost like they were catching me all the way, but bringing me up. And I felt that after that, I sort of felt that sort of safety net. I was able to improve myself and therefore gain the trust of everybody else. That way I could make my way into the starting lineup.
You feel like you're one of us now. You're carry you along the way. Now, staying on kind of the same theme here. Now you're a veteran member of the defensive unit. You've been here a year now, and worked your way into the system and all that. And you're carrying a leadership role in that spot. So you're kind of in that role right now where you're kind of having to kind of help the younger guys kind of work their way up and knowing that really it's you don't need to just be the stars. The reserves got to come in and be able to contribute as well. And kind of talk about yourself in a leadership role and kind of how you would convey that to your teammates.
So my leadership role on the team, first of all, I see it as like I always want to give energy and reciprocate energy. When it's sort of a down practice, that's when you really hurt yourself, is where you're climbing, and then you have little lulls in it. So I really see myself as being key in trying to motivate energy out on the field, trying to get people to do what they're supposed to do, and also at the same time have fun. Because right now, like going out and playing football for fun is the best thing, especially when you're playing with your friends right by your side. And then another key aspect was I was really thankful to play outside backer last year. Because I was able to put together a lot of different pieces of the defense and learn it a little bit better. So all the young guys coming in, I urge them to sort of ask me questions. Like I like to think that I know a lot about the defense, about coverages, etc. So if they come in and they don't know something, definitely emphasizing that they should ask any of the older guys, and I always want to be there and able to answer their questions, not only just coaches, but even come to us outside of practice as well.
Now, we just got started with spring practice back in March and all that. Then everything shut down here at the university. A lot of spring practice stopped and all that. How did you deal with matters around the pandemic as far as how you had yourself prepared for the upcoming season?
Yeah, so the pandemic was definitely a little bit hard to work around, especially coming from super tight regulations and restrictions into so incrementally getting it more and more relaxed. But at the very start in spring ball, it seemed like everybody was trying their best to get a couple of weight days here, a couple of going onto the field and trying to skill instruction. And I was here, heading back to California. I was trying to stay here, trying to stay bought in and trying to figure that out slowly with the pandemic. And from there, it kept on, just more and more stuff was able to happen. Coaches were trying to get more and more people back in. It was almost like waves where we didn't want to just have everybody come back because that was a dangerous situation, especially right now in the pandemic. But with waves, we were able to get the seniors, leaders on the team started trying to go through sort of like a experiment, see how that all works out, and then try to get everything funneled back in. And then right now, we're dealing with all the testing and trying to get 25% of the team. So it's really cool just to see how it's sort of picked up with, even with our restrictions, we're not limited to what we're doing because we're still persevering through.
Now, you played at the junior college level in California, so Golden West, as mentioned earlier, and you played in a very competitive junior college league out there, as you can probably attest to.
Yeah.
But there's I think it was 67 schools that played football in California during that league, and kind of give us an idea of the competitive nature of that league and kind of how to prepare you to come here to play here in Missouri S&T.
Yeah, so playing in California is junior college, whole entire school system. It was very competitive, highly individualistic, though, is you could sometimes see an individual switching from team to team, just trying to find that fit. And sometimes it was more of a fit to see what they could get out of the team, not what the team could give for them or what you can put into the team itself. So it was a very individual mindset going into junior college, which made it competitive. But it wasn't fun per se. You can always make what you want out of having fun, but it wasn't like a whole entire fun atmosphere because you felt a lot of pressure for yourself. Sometimes things just didn't click well. Because the high pressure, high competition, sometimes it just breaks down. But the whole entire movement from that competitive to out here and getting myself ready is that I knew and still know how to push myself the best. And now I want to give back to the team. So I know that I can push myself to do better, but now I have enough energy to push others to get better as well because I care about my teammates right next to me and they care about me back. So it's all just a push and pull between each other, friendly competition, just trying to get everybody to get to their best potential before the season starts.
And what's kind of interesting, too, is that out west, in California in particular, but really out west in general, there's very little small college football out there. So if you want to continue your career and it didn't happen at the Division I level, you had to go somewhere, like to the Midwest or some other part of the country to do that. What made you come here? What made you decide to come here to Missouri S&T?
So what made me come to Missouri S&T is because I had a really great opportunity in both football and academics. So I started out at a four-year institution, tried that out for a little bit, wasn't able to get football. So then I went down, I switched it around, I went for football, didn't really get any more academics. And so I tried both sort of extremes, and then I was able to find a really happy middle with Missouri S&T where I just came out here, really great academics, great football team, great family, and it feels like I just fit in. It was exactly what I wanted to see, what I was trying to do with my life, and Missouri S&T just happened to be in the Midwest, a little bit far from home, but I think I'm making the new home out of here right now.
Now, you're mentioning aerospace engineering. What made you decide to go that route?
So I'm in aerospace engineering, mainly because I've always noticed that I like to tinker with things, problem solve, always doing stuff with my hands, and always curious about trying to get things completed to their best ability. Now, aerospace engineering, it's always captivated me, just being the whole entire aspect of, all right, we do a lot of everything on the ground, and it almost seems like we're in the seas, but the last frontier is to go like conquer the sky. So I'm looking at that as like our next step in technology innovation, where we can start getting more things in the air, a little bit better fuel efficiencies, and everything just in general with air has always captivated my interest.
Now, when you do graduate, what are your plans from that point?
Yeah, so I got 3 more years, 2.5 actually, going into MST. So afterwards, I want to find a company where I can sort of start to make my ways up through the ranks. Hopefully, still be able to travel. I don't like coming out to Missouri. I realized that I could fit anywhere. So if they offer me a job on the East Coast, West Coast, it doesn't really matter as long as where I am at, it fits myself well, my personality. Where I just want to work hard, try to keep on advancing my own intellectual curiosity, as well as being able to make some money to afford to like fun endeavors.
Well, certainly you're on the right path and all that. We certainly appreciate your time this morning, and good luck here in the coming season.
Right. Thank you.